Hello YouTube and welcome back to another episode of Factorio. Last time we didn't do a whole lot in the grand scheme of things. We created a whole bunch of ammunition and some guns to ward off possible attacks. I'm still expecting attacks to come soon. We set up a bit of steel with the possibility of expanding that and making quite a bit of steel. And we sort of, I guess, modernized or properly set up our coal production, properly sort of setting it up so that it's being sent to all the different locations that it's going to want to go to. This section going north, this section going south, and this section right here in the middle, sending it along to the sort of miscellaneous stuff. We also created a bunch of landfill, which we filled in the water that's been threatening to cause us trouble over here, threatening to make it difficult for us to, you know, spin out our bus going in this direction. So for the time being though, the next step is going to be setting up military science. That's the big thing we're trying to gun for today. Military science. So what does that mean? Well, first of all, I've got assembly machines making just regular bullets here. These are these sort of yellow rimmed bullets that we've been using so far. We actually, because we unlocked military 2, we have access to advanced bullets, piercing rounds. And these need firearm magazines in order to build out. So we've already got that started. But they also need a steel plate and 5 copper plates. So they need a fair amount of resources in order to, you know, in order to be completed over here. So it needs some copper and it needs some steel, so let's go ahead and bring those things over. Except obviously that's not entirely how that's going to go. We're going to go like this. Not you. There we are. You're gonna come out this way, and then same thing over, same basic deal over here. Actually, yeah, something more like that instead. And there we have it. So, that's actually quite perfect. We'll just leave that there as like a showcase. So now we have our inputs. We have the input into the piercing rounds magazine sort of mall, right? So what are we going to do with this? We are going to produce a few assembly machines right in my hand because, again, I haven't quite set up all of the things that I might want. I might at some point want to be making assembly machines, you know, in an assembly machine and having machines making machines for me. But right now that hasn't been properly set up. We're going to make a few assembly machines here, and we are going to do, I'm actually going to put down 2 of them, I think. And these are going to be down here. Well, let's try and give this some space to operate. So the first thing that's going to happen. Yes, this is where, like, it's important to pay attention to, like, ratios and stuff like that. Because, like, this takes a full second to create. And this takes 3 full seconds to create and needs a firearm magazine. So I can actually have 3, or rather, each firearm magazine that I'm creating, each one of these can actually fill out 3 that are making piercing rounds. So I have 2. I could actually make 6. I could actually set up 6 that are making piercing rounds. But instead, I'm just going to set up, like, let's just say 2 for now. 2 should be fine. And again, this is not exactly going to be scalable, but if it's going to be scaled, it's going to be scaled because I make a whole new block of space way out in the middle of nowhere, and I like take a train to run all the basic materials into it, and I, you know, build it out big and huge all on its own. So actually, I don't know why I'm putting these right there, because these are going to require a few things. They require, so the copper should be on its own belt, and that should be the one that's closest. And then these two, okay, so here's what's going to happen. Go out one more, come in. Come together, like that. And then I need an underground belt, so I'm actually gonna make a few. Well, I'm actually gonna go ahead and zoom out. I'm gonna go pick up more of these. The steel axe, by the way, finished at the end of last episode, so we're going to go ahead. We're going to make automation 2. This makes the advanced assembly machines, or assembly machine 2. These allow for, I believe, more complicated recipes, but they also make things faster. So we're going to be replacing all of our basic assembly machines with these once we start getting these off the ground. But you'll notice they do require steel. They also require electronic circuit, and all that goes on top of an assembly machine 1 already. So takes a bit to get them up off the ground. So we're gonna start producing them though. Automation 2 on its way. So now with this underground belt, we're gonna go ahead and run it under like so. Yeah, might as well just do it there. Then we're gonna put 2 assembly machines down, one here and one here. You're going to come in, and you're going to go down like this. And then we're going to put fast inserter here and here, and we're going to do a long range inserter, which we've got to make a few of. We're going to put long ranged inserters here and here, and we're going to power all that with a single pylon right there. Okay, now you guys are going to be making... And we're gonna, and then a single regular inserter out and out. Down this way. You guys are making piercing rounds. All right, so there we go. Stronger rounds coming out. These are going to replace the rounds that we are currently holding on to. They're going to replace the rounds that are in our gun, and more importantly, they're going to be used to make the military science pack, right? Which needs piercing rounds, it needs grenades, and it needs walls. The next thing is, what about grenades, right? So this is making that. So let's set up the next sort of area over here, which is going to be making grenades. We're going to start that setup right around here, I think. And part of that is going to require us to do that and that. Let's make a few more undergrounders. And yeah, let's make some splitters as well, I think. Automation 2 finished already. This is an issue that I run into every time I play the game, where once I start getting these things unlocked, actually like going through the tech happens so fast. So I'm actually going to grab lab research speed. I know I just said like, oh, it's going so fast, but actually lab research speed requires 100 of these to go through it, so it'll actually take it a little while. So we'll go with that for now. So lab research speed is on its way up, and I'm going to go ahead and put the underground belt there to send it this way. And now, yeah, out to that same point of view. And yeah, connect this to that. Okay, so now everything's flowing up to this point, so now we can break off. The cool thing is that I don't need to break off much. I can go boom, boom, and come down with this. Not very far. Don't need to go very far. We're going to hold those guys where they are for now, because we do need to get the coal over here now. This is the next big thing. We need to put coal. We need to get coal heading over here. And I've been waffling in my head about how I want to do this, right? I could break it off earlier than this. I could break it off after this. I could break it off on this line. There's like 3 different choices. I could break it off here, here, or like here and send it down. Some of those are more logistically obvious than others. A lot of it's just going to depend on, like, if I do start getting a shortage of coal, who's going to feel it the hardest? And, like, how do I keep up the, you know, the limit, right? And I really think that it makes the most sense to break it off of here. Both logistically and just, like, aesthetically, I guess. I feel like it just makes the most sense to break it off right here. So we're going to make a splitter, and I'm going to go ahead and put it here. Yeah. And I'm going to go out and under and this way, and then we're going to put an undergrounder here to pop out over here. We're going to put this one spot away from the steel, and we're going to go ahead and just run it out here. Okay, now I have some coal on its way down here. That is technically starving this, and it makes the whole thing part of this first split. So like 25% is going this way, or sorry, 50% is going this way, 25% of the production is going here, 25% of the production is going to come here. Is that ideal? Maybe not, but this should not be a particularly resource-intensive line. I guess we'll have to see. At least not in the long term. So I'm going to put... I guess I'm going to put them on this side, huh? So I want to bring the... So I want to bring the copper, or the coal line, straight down this way. And then split it, and then you go... Although, I don't know if I want to... I'll split it for now. We'll include the splitter part of the design for now. Yeah, we'll include the splitter part of the design for now, even though it may be that there's no other place that this coal is going to, but we'll have to see. So what we'll do now is it needs... What's the actual inputs? 10 coal, 5 iron plates. Yeah, so here's what we're going to do. We're going to, you know what, it can stay exactly the way that it is. Yeah, it's exactly twice. Yeah, that can stay exactly the way that it is. And what we're going to do is we're going to go like that, and we're going to go like that. We're going to extend by 1. We're going to put a machine here. Sorry, here. Power is going to be positioned here, which is going to draw from over here somehow. Just like that is how we're going to do it. Okay. Then a regular inserter coming out. And do I want to do this out of multiple or just one? One produces it at like 1 every 8 seconds. I think I should actually do 2 or 3 of these, actually. What's the science produce it at? Science takes it 1 every 10 seconds. So if I do 3, that means I can do 2, because that's 24. Or 2.4 every 10 seconds. And so that means that I can have 2 making it piercing rounds. It's making a piercing round every 3 seconds, is that correct? This is the production speed on a... Yeah, it's making one every 3 seconds, so it's making 2. So it's effectively making one every 1.5 seconds. So 2 would consume... So for that I could do like 7. Yeah. But in order for me to make like 7, I would need... Yeah, you see, I know I can produce more of these because these are producing... one every second. And there's 2 of those. They're producing 2 a second. So I could have 4 of these going. Let's actually make a 3rd one of these down here. Let's extend the supply line down. Let's put a fast inserter here. Let's put a long-handled inserter here. Power it all up. Extend this down. Regular inserter here. And you're making those. Okay. Now you won't actually really output much right now because the line's already filled up. I put you on the far side of the line. But so 3 of those, they're making 1 every second. So that'll supply 10. This currently supplies 2. So if I make another one, if none of this is making sense to you, basically what I'm doing is I'm just multiplying out how long it takes each one to be produced by how many of them I'm producing at a time, and comparing that ratio to things down the line, right? So so this thing is producing one of these every second. This one consumes 1 of them every 3 seconds. So for every one of these, I can supply 3 of these. Right now I'm only supplying 1.5, but you know, I could technically extend this out to 6, right? But these are, because I'm now making 3 of them and they take 3 seconds each to produce, I'm effectively producing 1 every second. Now that's not literally true, it's just that every 3 seconds I'm producing 3 of them, so it's effectively 3 per second if you extrapolate it out over the long term. Because I'm making 1 of these per second and the science only needs 1 of them every 10 seconds, that means that I can set up 10 facilities that are spending these, and I will be able to supply all of them. But I can't do that because the grenades actually require a lot more than that. They require as many more grenades than that. So unfortunately, I can't set up 10 facilities, but with 4 of these facilities making grenades, I can actually fill out 1632. I can fill out 3. So that'll have to be good enough, at least to start. I mean, with 1 more, I can make it 4. Yeah, so I might as well do 1 more, because that'll make it 4. A nice even 4. Okay. And this will come back in this way. Okay. So now this has to extend down to the middle. And then this one less in the middle. And then I'm going to need to make a few of these long-handled inserters. I should make a few more fast inserters just in case. So the outgoing inserters are going to come from the middle each time, just for consistency's sake. And these are going to go in from the... Yeah, I guess that's fine. Nope. A little bit of a lag spike there because of the autosave. Made me make a little bit of a mistake. There we go. And now you guys are making grenades. Okay. Now grenades are being made. So now with this amount of grenades, I can support 5 facilities making black science. But as you might have remembered, black science actually requires 3 ingredients, of which I'm only currently producing 2. I now need to make walls. How do you make walls? Well, walls are over here. You can see they're made from stone bricks. How do you make stone bricks? Well, they are over here, and you can see that they are made out of stone in a furnace. So now we got to go all the way back, trek way back across the map. By the way, how close are we to affecting these guys? Not really. But these guys are definitely going to get mad at me any second now and start sending an attack wave. We've exposed another base up here of biters, but no other resources have been exposed, unfortunately. We're kind of in a barren part of the world outside of our starting setup. But yeah, so we need to run all the way back over here and go taking another look at this stone situation. Now, as of right now, you can see that this is filled up on its landfill, so it's all this is not actually being used in any way. Lab research speed has finished, so we're going to take care of that in a second. We're going to have to set up another area of smelting. It's going to have to be another sort of smelting area, just like what we've done with the iron, just like what we've done with the copper, and just like what we've done with the iron. We're going to have to do another one for all of this stone. So in order to do that, I think I'm going to do it over here. I'm going to go out and extend this way. This is going to be physically in a different area from the other ones. And again, I don't currently have a bunch of furnaces, so we're going to make a few. With these furnaces, as they start getting pumped out, we're going to grab them. We're going to start putting them up over here. And I'm actually going to do this like going out sideways. So we're going to go like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We're just going to do 6 for now. We'll set up a line. It's going to go... Well, I guess for now it's going to go out this way. It might as well. We'll go a bit out further than that. We're going to, and then we'll start like turning it this way. And we'll start going this way. And then I'm going to go with these guys. Boom, 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 boom. And we need a bunch of like logistic stuff, so I'm going to make a few splitters. I'm going to make a couple of undergrounders. Like even more splitters. And we're going to need a number of these inserters, so we'll make a few of them as well. And with the inserters, the job is going to be, pretty simple. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and then the other way. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I ran out for a second there, unfortunately. So we need some splitters. That's going to be like here and here. To there, down 1, over to here, and down, and over to here. We've done this a couple times now, so you should have the basic idea of the design that I like to use. You should already, you should be seeing how this is working. I'm going to go grab more inserters now, which are hanging out over here. Grab a few hundred of them because I'm going to need them. Now we are actually taking the process of transporting these. Now, obviously it would be more efficient to just come straight up and go across this way, but I've already got the landfill thing set up, and what's a few transporter belts? What's a few transporter belts between friends? There it is. Okay, so now we'll get the stone. It's gonna still pass through this guy here, right? And so if I ever need landfill, it'll pull this out to do landfill. But in the meantime, it'll send it up here to go to these guys over here. I need even more inserters. I need like way more inserters. Boom, 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 boom. Okay. Now, of course, the next thing is power. So the closest power is over here, so we're just going to go ahead and steal this right off the lines if I can. Well, I have to be a little bit more. Can't. Going to have to come sort of in between. And then we can go... Yeah, that's not going to quite reach, unfortunately. I'm gonna go like here, and then boom, 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 boom. Okay, there we go. Now we're making bricks. Except I need coal, of course. So the question now becomes, how do I route coal to this? Do I take it off the iron? Do I take it off the copper? I think I'm going to take it off the iron for now. Again, this breaks my idea of it being like, you know, discrete, like, service chunks for, like, each bit. But, you know, maybe I'll be able to refinagle that later. In fact, I will almost certainly be able to reposition things as I need them later. And it won't be as big of an issue then. There we go. Now all of these guys are going to be provided with enough coal to run the operation. So now I've got bricks, and they're way the hell over here. Bricks are what's needed to make walls. So unfortunately, the truth of the matter is I just have to take all of these guys, and I have to send them way the hell over here. There's unfortunately not much I can do about that. The design of what we've got right now, basically I have to bust these bricks. Now I can either bust the bricks, or I could have maybe moved the stone, like transported the stone and then did all the stonework over here, or I could turn the bricks into walls first and then send them over here. Either way, something's got to get transported way the hell over there. There's no two ways about it, unfortunately, so these things are going to have to be effectively bust with everything else. So here we go. This is going to take hundreds upon hundreds upon hundreds of transport belts. It's going to be over a very large area, but we do what we have to. It's also very spaghettified. Now, is all of this strictly necessary? Probably not. Are there ways for me to figure this out? Of course. And in the later game, there's going to be lots of ways for me to figure this out, right? All this gets handled by an automatic logistics network, for instance, or all of this gets handled by trains. Trains are really going to be the big part of how a lot of this gets handled in the later part of the game. Every little area is going to have its set of inputs, and those inputs are going to be delivered by train. The trains are going to get all of their cargo. Let's grab a bunch of these. Trains are going to get their cargo from the production sites directly, and they're going to ship them around wherever they're needed. This is all spaghetti nonsense anyway, so I'm not really sure where exactly I want this to go, but it's all spaghetti nonsense, so who cares? There you go. All the way over. We need more undergrounders. Kind of expected I would. I'm going to need at least one more set of undergrounders. And I'm not even going to like... It's an interesting question. I think what I'm going to do, first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to blow up these trees. Is I'm actually going to make it so that this is the output. How quickly do you make walls? 3.2 seconds. That takes a while. We're gonna have two... how do you make You make 2 walls. No, walls. Walls are over here. 0.5 seconds. Okay, that's different. You actually are going to need a fast inserter coming out. And you need 5 stone bricks every half second. So you're going to need, each need 2. So you're going to produce a wall every half a second, and the science needs 2 walls every 10 seconds. So one produces 20 walls in 10 seconds. You need 2. So that means one facility produces enough for 10, and we're already not doing 10. So yeah, one facility is more than good enough. In fact, I'm going to make a high-level assembly machine just for this. It's unnecessary, but since I'm already making one, I might as well. In fact, that's not where you're going to go. You're going to go all the way at the bottom. No. And you're going to need 2 of these. That's only because we're putting the power here. That's where I'm putting them. And bricks. Okay. One facility making walls is going to be good enough. So one facility, you are making walls. And as soon as this gets over here... Yeah, okay. So, lab research speed got done. Again, I want stronger explosives too, but I need to actually have military science working in order to do that. So I think the next thing I'm going to do is... I kind of want to do advanced materials processing, but we'll actually hold off on that. The next thing I'm actually going to do is physical projectiles, damage, and shooting speed 2. Why am I doing those? Because the biters, as we're wasting all of this time advancing our technology and getting further up the tech tree, the biters are just getting stronger, and we're not really advancing much in the fight against them. So right now I have the sort of back end of this mall here. Nice. So I now have like the back end of this mall here, and I've got my 3 outputs. I've got advanced bullets, I've got grenades, and I've got walls. Those are what I need for science to be done. So I can support 4 facilities making science, but only if and only if, and this can even be faster, is what I'm trying to say. So I'm actually going to make 5 of these assembly machine 2s, and I'm going to replace these guys with them, because I'm going to also be making my 4, so I should actually make 2 more even. There we go. That'll give me enough for what I need. And so this is going to take a little bit, and actually I'm going to replace this on my hotbar here. I'm going to replace it with assembly machine 2, because I'm only going to be putting down assembly machine 2s from now on. Assembly machine 1's no more. Assembly machine 2 is where it's at. Also, by the way, yes, I'm only using 5 labs right now, and that's making the tech progress very slowly, but at this point in the game, tech is progressing faster than my ability to implement all the tech as it's coming out, so I'm not worried about that. Tech is happening as fast as it should be. It just means we're gonna be on some of the lower tech logistics for a little while. You're just gonna have to accept that for a bit. So we're gonna go ahead and start replacing these guys. Clunk, 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 clunk. And then our 4 facilities. Okay, so the black science is composed of 2 walls, 1 grenade, 1 piercing rounds magazine every 10 seconds. So the walls are going to be on their own line, and the grenades and the bullets are going to join up on a line. That's what that tells me. There we go. And then you guys are going to be on your own line. And in fact, well, we'll do it towards the end, I think. I need to just have an infinite number of these kicking around. Sorry, none of that actually made any sense on its own, but I will explain as I go here. I'm going to, first thing I'm going to do here is I'm going to put down a splitter. And I'm going to do this, this, this. And that means that now this occupies a whole thing on its own. I could have done this way back here, but that would have meant that it would have had to spend, like, this whole, once fully saturated, this whole belt would be full with, like, just double the amount of walls. There'd just be a lot of walls just sitting and waiting and not actually doing anything. So this just makes sure that the belt is fully saturated, that's all. And what I think I'm actually going to do is run these out sideways. And we're going to line up these are going to be down here. 1, 2, 3, 4. This is just because I've got enough space to go wide because I'm only doing 4 of these. And yeah, so this goes to the middle and then one back. There we go. Okay, so now inserters. So these don't take very long to do their job, so we don't need any fancy high-speed inserters or anything like that. We need 4 long-handled inserters. 1 to go there, 1 to go there, 1 to go there, and 1 to go, well, I guess this one's going here, which is going to be a little awkward. Well, it's actually not awkward at all, because this one's going to go here, this one's going to go here, this one's going to go here, and this one's going to go here. And then power, yeah, because powering that's going to be nice and simple now. So we're going to go boom, boom, boom. This is going to try and connect up here to the power that exists up here, which is going to be actually just a touch awkward, isn't it? Oh well, just a touch awkward. And then we're going to go just regular 1, 2, 3, 4 right in the center, and this is going to bring it back this way. Okay, so black science, black science, black science, black science. Okay. Okay. So now we need to make the decision on whether or not the black science is going to somehow like wrap around and join this, the other side of the red science line, or whether it is going to sort of be a second line up here over the green science. That is kind of my big burning question. And I think at first, I think it makes the most sense to say that we're going to like send it under here, over here, and we're just going to connect it up with this line. I think that's what makes the most sense, considering that's, you know, like where it is. So I think that's what we're going to do. And so I'm going to go ahead and start running that. I'm going to allow for, because eventually there will be multiple of these lines running, so I'm going to try and allow for as much space here as possible. And then we can like just run it straight in there. So the first of these should be approaching now. So it's come under the green science, it's going to come along here, it's going to meet this, and now this belt has red and black science on it, and this, of course, belt has green science on it. There it is, it's being deposited, and now it's just going to go ahead and sit on the end, because I don't have anything that's using black science right now. Or actually, well, that's not true. It is actually going to put the black science in the machine, even though it's not using it. That is just a little quirk of the system here. It is going to put the black science in there, even though it's not actually spending it as it goes. You can see it's not actually spending the blue science or the black science as it goes. So these will fill up on black science, and then this line will start to back up and fill up. And over here you can see that, well, it is moving along apace. The grenades are really the thing to pay attention to because they're the ones that I believe are the ones that are going to be the limiting factor here. So we'll see if we run out of grenades while doing this, but I'm like looking, and yeah, these are just taking a long time to like. It's way more than 3 seconds. You're on low power! Aha! Okay, this is the last thing we're going to do, and then we're going to be done with the episode. Wow, are we really not satisfying power anymore? Okay! We knew this was going to come eventually, I just stopped paying attention to it. Alright, here we go. I'm going to grab a bunch of iron, and again, now we're actually looking, we're seeing some iron shortage. We are... Or sorry, that wasn't iron, that was bricks. I don't know why I just picked up a bunch of bricks. That was unnecessary. This is iron. We are going to make another boiler and a couple of steam engines. In fact, we're going to do that twice over. And we're going to pop up here. And we're going to extend this out again. So one pump can sustain 20, I believe. 20 of these. Ooh. Yellow flasher instead of a red flasher means that my turrets engaged a target. Automatic turrets engage targets. No damage was done to my turrets. Gotta love it. They of course spent ammunition to, have that little fight, so they can't do that forever, but I did not have to actually engage in that one. Yay! So here's what we're doing. So yeah, I can put 20 boilers in a row over here. So obviously I'm not running at risk of like running out of space anytime soon here. And yeah, I can slip through this no problem. Except, do I need a space between them? I think I do actually need a space between these items. So we're gonna put a boiler down here, and then yeah, I'm gonna have to put like, can I do underground? I can do pipe to ground. Let's make one pipe to ground, and let's make a couple of pipes aside from that. So let's make a pipe to ground. And send it that way. So you guys should now be on the network, and then boom, you guys should now be on the... Yeah, there we go. Okay. All right. And then 1, 2, 1, 2, and we need recognize power. There we go. All right. So now 2 more boilers, 4 more steam engines. We've successfully doubled our power output. You guys need coal. I need to make 2 inserters in order to make that happen. And I'm going to need to make a splitter. I already have a splitter. I don't need to make one. Send it that way. Inserter in the middle, right in the middle. You guys also need power, so we're going to go ahead and turn it that way. And there we go. Okay. So now you guys are successfully using all of your... you're generating enough heat, consuming all the water that you need. And yeah, you guys are full on steam power. Or at least you will be in a minute here. Well, you're currently burning as much of it as you can because the power is still not 100% satisfied. Wow! Alright, so we gotta keep going. I did say this was going to be the last thing we did, but it's taken me a while to get there, so give me a second. Let's see. 1 more boiler, 2 more engines. And I'm going to need a pipe aside from that. So yeah, let me keep grabbing. Well, it's almost done. Let's put down pipe. Let's put down the boiler. Let's put down the 2 steam engines. Let's get you connected to the power grid. Grab an inserter, bring this out this way. Power that up. All right. So we've now more than doubled our power output. We went from 4 up to 10 steam engines now. That's how much we were not. Yeah, and you can see, like, we are technically fulfilling all satisfaction now, but, like, we are maximizing our production in order to get there. Yeah, we are holding on to a bit of steam now. It's fine. They're finally able to, like, properly build up the steam. Instead of, because they're not technically using 100% of it. But we should increase this even more. Oh, and more combat notifications as well. Things are getting a little hot out here. So here's the thing. Next time, what we're going to do is we're going to increase the power. We're going to build up some more defenses, and we're going to start researching deeper down into the tech tree. The next thing that we're going to pick up is materials processing, which is going to change out these basic furnaces for stronger furnaces. So we're going to be able to produce more iron, more copper off of smaller amounts of stuff, which, as you can actually see, we're starting to see, like, production slow down. Now, again, these are not active yet, so, you know, we're not, but we are getting some, like, we're not fully saturating all of our lines anymore, so we'll be able to speed that up. We'll move into those. That'll use up more of the steel that we're making, because those higher level furnaces need steel. And we'll also start maybe making some moves on the biters that are in this area in an attempt to, you know, make our space a little bit safer, because these are the ones that are attacking currently. And yeah, and we'll make more power. This can extend out this way, and we'll be all good. So, all right, thank you guys very much for watching. As always, my name is Tannis Fugit. Thank you for stopping by. Oh, actually, hold on. Am I seeing an attack coming in real time? Yes, I am. Hold on. I'm gonna move down here. I want to show this. 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 I think they're coming. By the way, these keep count of how many kills they've got. This one's at 5 kills. Are they actually going to send this attack wave? Oh, they're amassing. All right. So here's the thing. I'm going to plop down another gun. And I'm actually going to grab some of these advanced firearm magazines over here. I'm going to put them in my gun first. And then I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to, like, more fully supply these guys. I don't know if they're actually going to attack or not. They're just amassing for the attack. They haven't actually sent it yet. These guys are also going to attack soon. All right, I actually have to stop this because I'm going to need to set up defenses in the next episode. My name is Tannis Fugit. Thank you for stopping by the Fugitive Theater. I'll see you guys next time. Leaving it on a bit of a cliffhanger, aren't I? Tannis. Bye-bye, guys.